In this video, I'll be sharing two Super Bowl picks with you, one on the money line and the other on the total number of points scored. I'm Professor MJ, a 15-year university statistics teacher. Stay tuned until the end because I'm finally going to answer the question about how you can sign up for my yearly Super Bowl prop bet package. This is by far my most popular and money-making product. Every year, I find between 30 and 40 solid wagers after analyzing and tracking lines on the hundreds of prop bets available on the big game. This video is broken down into four main sections. Section number 1, my pick on which team is going to win the game straight up. Section number 2, my pick on totals. Section number 3, I am inviting you to the very first edition of the Super Bowl Bookie Crushers Virtual Summit, an online conference where more than 10 betting experts will share their top Super Bowl pick with you. This exclusive online event is completely free, so you don't want to miss out on it. Section number 4, this is where I'll finally explain how to gain access to my lucrative Super Bowl prop bets gold package. This year I have added a silver package where you get fewer picks if you are on a tighter budget. By doing so, everyone can get a piece of those valuable betting tips. Spoiler alert, I'll give you a special promo code to get a big rebate so that you get the best bang for your buck. Alright, the stage has been set for a video filled with great betting information for you. So let's get the party started right now! Super Bowl 58 is set to take place on Sunday, February 11, 2024 at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. The game will feature the defending champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the top seed from the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers. I won't make you wait any longer regarding my pick on which team will win the game straight up. I'm backing the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me explain the reasons supporting this prediction. I am shooting this video on Monday, January 29, the day after the conference championship games. At that moment, the Chiefs were 1-point underdogs. Since Patrick Mahomes took over as KC's starting QB, the Chiefs hold a 9-3 record straight up as underdogs, and a 10-1-1 record against the spread. That's pretty impressive. Feeling like they're being disrespected seems to motivate Andy Reid's players to a high level. Of course, the experience factor played a role in my decision. Brock Purdy will be playing in his first Super Bowl, while Mahomes is going to start his fourth big game. That's a big difference. Mahomes has reached the AFC title game in 6 straight seasons. He's been there and done that. Speaking of the quarterbacks, I believe Mahomes has been playing at a higher level. He had one of his worst regular seasons since entering the NFL, but he clearly flipped the switch during the postseason. Meanwhile, Purdy's performances in the playoffs have been filled with ups and downs. If the game comes down to which team makes a big mistake, I think Purdy is much more likely to commit one than Mahomes. I am concerned about one thing though. The Chiefs' offense can be sloppy at times. As a matter of fact, they led the league in terms of dropped passes. Also, they racked up the second most offensive penalties, including right tackle Jawan Taylor, who has been penalized very often. Finally, Andy Reid's team had the 7th most giveaways in the NFL this season. However, San Francisco fans are probably very concerned about something else. their defense has struggled quite a bit defending the run. After finishing in 15th place in terms of run defense DVOA, the Niners gave up 136 rushing yards to the Packers and 180 against Detroit. If you combine those two games together, the yards per carry average stands at a whopping 5.6. That's awful! Kansas City's ground game is not as strong as Detroit's, but it can do some damage with Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield. He has become the undisputed #1 running back for the team, and he's averaged 90 total yards in 6 career postseason games. Granted, I agree that the weapons around Purdy are more dangerous than the ones supporting Mahomes. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle are great football players. It should be an epic battle between Samuel and Ayuk against KC's great cornerbacks L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie. On the other side, the Chiefs are relying on Travis Kelce, rookie Rashee Rice, and Isaiah Pacheco. Speaking of Kelce, he is another guy who flipped the switch as soon as the playoffs began. He has caught 16 of 17 targets for 191 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. Let's do a quick break before resuming the discussion about why the Chiefs seem like a good bet. Here is an interesting betting fact. The Chiefs became the 9th team over the past 20 years to reach the Super Bowl after pulling off an upset both in the divisional round and the conference championship round. How did the previous 8 squads fare in the big game? They posted a 6-2 record. It's also interesting to note that underdogs are 15-7 against the spread in the Super Bowl since 2001. I also give an edge to the Chiefs' defense. They seem to be peaking at the right moment, while San Francisco's unit has been declining. Steve Spagnuolo has done a fantastic job of leading KC's defense. They allowed just 10 points in Baltimore. They surrendered 24 in Buffalo and only 7 points against the high-octane Miami offense. If you look at the entire season, the highest number of points they allowed was 27 in Green Bay. During their past 7 matches, their opponents scored an average of just 15.3 points. Meanwhile, San Francisco has given up an average of 24.2 points over their 6 most recent contests. Last week, the Lions were able to protect Jared Goff pretty well. I think the Chiefs can replicate that success given how their offensive line has allowed just 2 sacks in 3 playoff games. And even if the Niners manage to put some pressure on Mahomes, he is a master at avoiding sacks and turning it into big plays. Meanwhile, Chris Jones is likely to cause major headaches to the interior pass protectors. On the outside, I believe second-year man George Karlaftis, who racked up 10.5 sacks this year, has a favorable matchup against Colton McKivitz. Purdy is prone to making mistakes when pressured, and that could very well happen during the game, combined with his inexperience of playing on the big stage. An underrated aspect of this meeting is the kicking game. In my mind, the Chiefs have a big edge here. Harrison Butker is a proven veteran that also played in many Super Bowls. He made 33 of his 35 field goal attempts this year, and he did not miss a single extra point. On the other hand, rookie Jake Moody does not inspire confidence right now. He converted 21 of 25 field goal attempts this season, which is not necessarily bad, but he's missed at least 1 kick in each of his past 3 games. I don't trust him if the Niners need to make an important field goal. Andy Reid's play calling has been masterful. while Spagnuolo's game plans have been excellent as well. San Francisco's defensive coordinator, Steve Wilkes, did not scheme very well against the Lions last week, and Kyle Shanahan has shown to be too conservative at times. In summary, I think the Chiefs have a superior quarterback, defense, coaching staff, and kicker. That's a lot to overcome for the 49ers, despite their firepower around Brock Purdy. The latter is more likely to make critical mistakes given his inconsistent play in the postseason and his lack of experience compared to Mahomes. I've got to go with the Chiefs to win a second straight title. The total has been set at 47.5 points. If forced to bet, I would go with the under. On one hand, the Chiefs have been methodical by sustaining long drives. They don't necessarily have what it takes to make big plays since Tyreek Hill left for Miami. Their wide receiver group has been inconsistent, so Mahomes prefers to go safer, and this strategy has worked very well. The under is a smart bet when both teams tend to run the ball often, because it milks the clock more quickly. As mentioned earlier, San Francisco's defense struggles against the run, so you can bet Andy Reid will game plan accordingly. We are likely to see a good dose of Isaiah Pacheco. On the other side, the Chiefs are super stingy against the pass, but could be susceptible against the run. That's something that Ravens offensive coordinator Todd Monken seemed to have ignored last week, as they ran the ball just 16 times versus 37 passing attempts. I don't think Kyle Shanahan will make the same mistake. So in both cases, I could see these clubs making a commitment to the run. What tends to kill a bet on the under are big plays. However, Kansas City is not equipped to make chunk plays. The Niners have the weapons to succeed with long plays, but the Chiefs are great at preventing them. They have proven time and time again that they can slow down some elite offensives. Spagnuolo's game plan could be to make sure its unit does not allow big plays in order to force Purdy to sustain long drives, which increases the chances of him making a mistake. As you know, long drives are good when taking the under, especially when they result in field goals. The under has hit in 5 of the last 6 Chiefs games. About half of San Francisco's recent games have led to the under being the winning bet. But given how nerve-wracking the Super Bowl can be for a young QB like Purdy, I don't think they'll be taking lots of shots down the field against a stout KC defense. They are more likely to be more of a ball control team in order to keep Mahomes on the sidelines. For all of those reasons, I believe the value lies on the under in Super Bowl 58. Would you like to gain access to the top Super Bowl pick by more than 10 betting experts, including a former NHL player turned into a sports handicapper? That's exactly the proposition I've got for you as I'm organizing what I hope will become an annual event. I've decided to call it the Super Bowl Bookie Crushers Summit, which is completely free by the way. Each guest speaker will unveil his top betting tip for the big game, which could be on the money line, totals, or any of the numerous prop bets. Then they are required to explain the reasoning behind their pick, along with some solid numbers backing it. That will allow you to make informed decisions. I have asked each speaker to record a 3 to 10 minute video presenting their best bet. You'll be able to view those quick videos starting on Thursday, February 8th. You can watch them from the comfort of your home at the time that suits you best until kickoff. But here is an important warning. You should secure your virtual seat right now because it is limited to 2,000 spots. Given how each of those betting experts will also advertise this summit to their followers, you've got to act now, my friend. So my first call to action to you is to pause this video, click the link below in the video's description or in the comments to grab your seat. Then resume the video because the moment many of you have been waiting for is coming right up. Yes, the time has come for my famous Super Bowl proposition bets. I have received a lot of emails asking how to sign up again for my money-making Super Bowl prop bets. Every year I spend between 50 and 100 hours analyzing those wagers and tracking lines from many sports books. Over the past 4 Super Bowls, we have generated a jaw-dropping 72, 41, and 1 record, a 64% success rate. And that was despite taking many bets at positive odds. That kind of performance cannot be attributed to luck. The methodology I've been using for more than 20 years is working. Plain and simple. You can expect to receive via email between 30 and 40 Super Bowl prop bets. The cost is $147 US for this gold package, but I've got an exclusive promo code for you, my faithful YouTube viewers. If you are on a tighter budget, I am also offering a silver package for just $20 where you'll get 7 picks. When signing up for the money-making gold package, simply enter the following coupon code: YouTube Crusher. By doing so, you will get $40 off, so the cost will drop from $147 to $107. That will give you a nice advantage over other people who will buy at the regular price from not watching this video. Believe me, watching the Super Bowl is much more exciting when you've got more than 30 bets on it. Almost every play becomes important to you. This promo code is valid only for the first 200 people who use it, so don't wait until it's too late. You have no reason to wait anyway, because if you sign up on February 10, for example, then the lines from the bets sent 4, 5, or 6 days ago are likely to have changed by then. The earlier you sign up, the better. The links to the 2 Super Bowl prop bet packages, gold and silver, are available below in the video's description and in the comments. I'm Professor MJ, holder of a Ph.D. in statistics, and I'm looking forward to grow your bankroll.